seconds. So I just tell a story where there's actually no point. It's just a human interest story, just to show you can just tell a story. So look for those. They're the second, third, fourth tier. They're not the ones that you want to tell. It's not the ones you've told before. And practice that and you'll do fine. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
First of all, I want to say thank you to you, Annalie, for being so brave and being vulnerable and sharing and working through this process. I want to let you guys know that we do this thing called Business Fundamentals here on Twitter, and we're trying to have these kind of conversations where real people have real challenges and we work through them in real time. Okay? And the other thing I want to do is I want to pass along a message. One of our common friends here, she's like, please tell Annalie this really resonates and thank her for me. So we'll just leave it like that. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We got a couple of people here. So we're going to go up with, let's see who this is. Jameer, please just make it quick because in a few minutes I have to wrap this call. Jameer, go ahead.
Definitely. Okay. In 2009, the summer, I was hanging out outside of a club for like a let out with some acquaintances. And the reason why I say acquaintances is because they weren't friends. And so one of the acquaintances, his name was Turtle, and he asked to see my cell phone. And so I'm talking to women, and I let him borrow the cell phone. 5 minutes later, I see him in the middle of the street fighting. And he comes over to me in a drunk haste and like, oh, man, I just got jumped. And I say, yeah, but where's my cell phone? And he checks his pockets and he goes, I think they took it. And so he runs back over to the crowd as I search on the ground looking for my cell phone. And then I hear people moving towards me going, yeah, what's up now? So I pop up and I see Turtle in the middle of the floor getting beat up. And so because I was around a lot of women, I was like, I have to jump in and try to save this guy. Again, an acquaintance, not a friend. So I run in and I hit the guy that's attacking him. And I felt good about myself because I hadn't been in many fights at that time. So I knocked the guy down. But as soon as I turned around, a guy hit me, which seemed like in slow motion with brass knuckles. And I saw a quick black and white and I fell to the ground and I got right back up. And I decided at that moment that I didn't want to fight anymore. So I did a light jog. I didn't run. I did a light jog across the street where I didn't know that his friends were there. And so it was a barrage of people trying to fight me until security came out. Now I ran back across the street where the rest of the acquaintances were, and everybody's looking at me like I have three heads. And it was because my eyelid was dangling from the punch with the brass knuckles. So I had to go to the hospital and get about 16 stitches. And my mother was very frantic and said that she wasn't going to let me out the house until the summer was over. So I woke up that morning with a swollen eye and I called Turtle from my landline from my house. And he told me he had a concussion. And we were just discussing the events of the night. And I told him, I said, man, it's really bad that I couldn't find my phone. And he told me I found it. And it was in his cargo pant pocket the whole time. And that was the last time I've ever went out with associates. Thank you.
Oh, what a hilarious story. Is your eye okay today?
Yeah, I got a little scar though.
Great
Not gonna
story,
lie.
man.
It adds to my street cred, but it definitely is there.
You know, street cred, chicks dig scars, right? So
That's
you
what
got
I'm
it right in the
saying.
eye. Yeah, very lovely. Okay, thanks for doing that. I'm going to jump over to Brian. Brian has his hand up. Brian, go ahead.
Hey, skip me, man.
Yes, thanks, Chris. I've got a question in regard to storytelling, specifically around conflict. I've been spending the last couple of weeks really trying to understand what makes for a good story. And something I heard, which I believe to be true, and I would love to get your opinion on it, is that the only conflict that matters is internal conflict. Do you agree, disagree? What are your thoughts on that?
That's such an absolute statement that I need time to think about that, Brian. Conflict is critical, but sometimes it's there's the external conflict which masks the internal conflict. And you're probably right, but I don't know that I want to just say that today.
Okay, absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry about skipping you, brother. I'll come in right to you right now, Geechi, because you didn't have your hand up. I think you waved at me, so I wasn't sure.
It's all
so
good,
go ahead.
man.
It's all you now.
First off, I want to say Jameer and Annalie, man, those are some wonderful stories.
You guys had a lot of balls and were real gutsy to come up here and share those stories in front of all of us. And I want to salute you
Thank
guys.
you.
And yeah, man, great story, man. I hope your eye's doing better. Annalie, man, hope that job's going great. So, me personally, I had a story, man, where I had a friend of mine. He asked me, "Hey, yo, let's play some ball." We hoop. I used to play basketball, so we went to a we frequent.
Well, hold on a second. Your internet connection, is it just me or is it all broken up, everybody?
No,
Hey,
it's broken up.
Can you guys hear me now?
Okay, now we can hear
Yes.
you. Okay, take it
Okay.
from the top.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. So yeah, I had a friend of mine who wasn't an associate. He was actually a pretty good friend of mine, and he invited me to play some hoop, some basketball. I'm a real good basketball player. I used to play ball back in the day and things of that nature. So he invited me out to the court, and we went to play some basketball, man. And we get there, we're playing ball, man. I'm man. You get me on the court, and I'm trouble. Last week, messed around, scored a triple double, all that good stuff, man. So I get really tired and I get thirsty after the game. I just want me to quench my thirst. I want a Gatorade. So, of course, I reach to go to my bag and get my phone. My phone's dead. I asked my friend, I said, "Yo, man, let me see your phone. I want to call my girl, and tell her to bring us some Gatorades up here to the park." Ironically, his phone's dead. So, I asked the closest guy on the court that we were just hooping with, like, "Yo, you got a cell phone? I just want to call my girl. I got her number by heart or whatever." He gives me the phone. I call the number. The number's already stored as my little freaky slut. So the thing draws me like back, like, whoa, hold on. How does this got my girl number stored in his phone? It's already something derogative, like my little freaky slut. So I asked him, like, yo, how do you know this girl? And he's like, oh man, she lets me come through, do my thing. And he describing where we do it at and where they do it at. And this is my crib. This is my house where they're doing this stuff at. And so I'm taken aback. I'm pissed off. I'm filled with rage. I want to do something to him right here on this basketball court in front of everybody. But I hold back and I say, why don't you give her a call, man? So he gives her a call and he asks for Gatorade. And she says, I'm on my way. And she also says, I'm on my way, daddy. Calls him daddy of all things. Can you believe that, Chris? So anyway, she calls him daddy and gets ready to bring Gatorades to the park. So she gets there. I see her walking across the grass, hair blowing in the wind with a nice little sundress. And I ain't gonna lie, her body's banging. My girlfriend's beautiful. She's coming towards us with the Gatorades in her hand, and then she sees me. She walks right past me and hands him the Gatorades because she couldn't believe it. She was startled at first. So I looked at her. I said, Keisha, are you serious? Keisha, are you serious? You gonna bring him Gatorades to a park where I'm balling at? How did this man know you? And she's sitting there all confused and don't know what's going on. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. So I went to my bag again because I also keep a 9mm. And I shot that bitch right in the face in front of everybody. And look, nobody knows this story because I've never been charged for this crime. But she died that day on that park in front of everybody. And I wasn't even upset about the murder. I was more upset that she got blood on my brand new Michael Jordan sneakers. Hey, and the thing about it is, I'm never going to get caught for this murder because she's dead now. And I laugh about it every day because you shouldn't play with somebody's heart and you shouldn't play with somebody's emotions. And if Keisha has any friends or family who's been wondering who killed her that day on the basketball court, it was me. It was me. Yeah. And I hope let there be a lesson to the next female that wants to play with somebody's heart and play with the way they feel and be somebody little slutty freak on a basketball court. The life is real and people will hurt you for that. Do you understand that? Yeah. Thanks a lot, Keisha. I'm scarred for life, but guess what? You'll never be able to breathe again. Thank you. I'm out, bitch.
Whew. Okay, that call took that story took a pretty sharp turn there. You know what? I don't know how to end this call, but I feel like I need to run right now, everybody.
Oh my God.
Okay, everybody, thanks for being here. I'm gonna have to